All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, veterans, and all you amazing, beautiful people that love you some veterans. Hey, welcome to your Monday Mandatory Motivation, episode 005 on Heart of a Volunteer Veterans Podcast. We got a great episode for you, so stick around. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, it's good to be back with you. You know, we took last week off. There was no Monday, there was no Wednesday, there was no Friday episode. I started reaching out to veterans, and everybody was getting ready for the weekend. You know, for Independence Day, 4th of July. So I decided just to get through my Psychology of Humor class. It was 4 weeks long. I went ahead and took the final for that. Did my video presentation. Got that turned in, took off for the weekend myself. It was a great time. It was a great time to take a little break. I hope everybody had a great 4th of July, safe one. And hey, we're ready to get back after it. This is your Monday mandatory motivation. This is episode 5. We're going to keep going until we change it, I guess. I don't know. But hey, let's get into some veterans business, all right? First thing we got is BreechBolt Jungle. You know, they came out with their very first episode on July 4th. Well, on Monday, and it's supposed to be every Monday afterwards, it's going to be their Legends series. So tomorrow is episode 1. I got to take a sneak peek, and it sounds amazing. It blows this show away. You know, of course, it's just me doing this, and it's low cash. So, you know, but the thing is, like, you know, Chris and Justin are doing amazing work. So go check them out and let them know what you think. Leave a comment, like and share and all that good stuff, all right? Hey, the next thing we've got an amazing run that's getting ready to happen up in Idaho. It's the Inaugural Staff Sergeant Aaron Butler Memorial Purple Heart Run, all right? It's going on up there at Eagle Pass, Idaho on August 17th this year, all right? Staff Sergeant Butler was killed in Afghanistan, August 16th, 2017. But hey, I've got a little soundbite here, so I'm going to go ahead and play it and take a listen.
When things get spicy on the battlefield, every warrior is trying to be the go-to guy. Aaron Butler didn't have to try. That's just who he was.
The Staff Sergeant Aaron Butler Memorial Purple Heart Run is a nonprofit trail run meant to bring civilians and warfighters together.
Aaron was killed in action in Afghanistan on August 16th, 2017. His entire Special Forces team, including me, was wounded. I was Aaron's commander, and my moral obligation is to carry on his memory.
We invite the entire community, civilians and veterans, to learn more about our nation's finest.
The race is named after Aaron, but it honors all the fallen,
including my friend, Sergeant Dave Wallace,
Captain Jay Jones, Major Gregory Stone, and Specialist Carrie French.
We owe it to them to honor their sacrifice.
Join us on August 17th at the Eagle Bike Park in Eagle, Idaho.
It's more than a run. It's an emotional and educational experience.
If you're still on the fence, sign up,
show up, and embrace the suck.
I like that, folks. I like embracing the suck. Hey, if you're up in that area, head on over there to Eagle, Idaho, and get yourself some of this trail run, man. I read the bio for Staff Sergeant Butler. Just sounds like an amazing young man. It took from us way too soon, like so many. But hey, I'm gonna post this page, their website for the runsignup.com. I'm going to post it on our Facebook page along with the Staff Sergeant Aaron Butler Memorial Purple Heart Run Facebook page. I'll get that on our page too. Put a link in with the podcast transcript also. So go out there, folks. Get yourself a trail run on, and just, you know what, take some veterans with you and just go for a little jog. Go for a jog and talk a little bit. All right, sweat it out. All right, hey. So what we're going to talk about today on the episode, I know a lot of people are probably going to cut out on this, but hey, we're going to talk about what it takes to come on the show. Okay, what it takes to come on the podcast. Now, this is the misconception that we've got. All right, is that the podcast is made for veterans that have served the host of the show, and that is incorrect. Every single veteran is welcome to come on this show. All they have to do is reach out. The only reason that veterans that the hosts know have been on the show is because they're the easiest ones for us to reach as we start this process of beginning a podcast. I am reaching out much, much deeper into places I don't know, trying to get other veterans to come on the show. So that's what we're trying to do, is push out beyond what I know deeper into the community. All right, we're reaching out and we're trying to influence a lot of people to come onto the show. We're representing and promoting a lot of different causes. We're just trying to get our name out there so we can start getting veterans on and we can start spreading the word. Okay. Now let's talk about what it takes to come on. Okay. So this isn't really a hard process. It's the veterans that come on, and there's going to be one coming on this Wednesday, should be, that's been on the show. Steve Perchek's going to be here on Wednesday, and he's going to talk to us about, the process of putting together the show and how well that works. Okay. I'm not trying to say that what I'm doing is perfect. I'm just saying that it's perfect for right now. Okay. And it works. So the pre-interview form, or the Saga Outline, is on Facebook. It's on this post. If you want to come on the show, download that thing. If you can't find it for some crazy reason, just message us and we'll get it to you. Okay. It could be a chance that, this is 3 months from now and we've moved to an online version of it. But for now, it gets sent, it gets emailed back once it's filled out. Now, here's the big thing. A lot of people have been filling it out and doing like a bio, or like they're doing a resume. The best way to do it is just go into bullet format. Okay. And the way this thing looks, you can check it out, but it's real easy. Just your background, where you're born, location, and what were your military influences growing up? Those are the kind of questions I'm going to be asking. So come up with that stuff. Military service, you can go as deep or as shallow as you want. I'm not going to influence what comes out of the veterans episode. So all I'm doing is I'm going to ask some questions about it, because it's the same thing that listeners are going to be asking when they're listening to the show. They may want, well, what was that? I'm going to ask it. The veteran will give that information, and everything just keeps moving. Those are good episodes. Okay, folks, those are good episodes. So all the way through to the transition, any issues that you had in the transition process, any recovery programs that you went through. If you didn't, don't worry about it. Don't fill it out. Your civilian life, like the jobs that you had when you got out, where you are now. Did you go to college? Did you pick up a new member of the family? A lot of people have kids like the first year that they're out. It's like that thing they were talking about. Extreme excitement and extreme stress will make people horny. So there we go. So talk about that. Talk about hobbies and activities, and build yourself towards the lessons learned. What did getting out and becoming a veteran, what were the friction points, and what did you learn along the way? These are the things that, all the new veterans that are being created, thousands and thousands every day, are getting out of our military service. And they're joining us out here. Some of them have a plan, and that's amazing. And we all know those veterans that we have that got out, they had a plan, they went and executed it. We've also got veterans out there that had a plan, and the plan didn't work out that well, and they fell on hard times. But we can still be there for them to help them out. And the new veterans that are being kicked off the train, we're going to be there for them. We're trying to get into so that there's a business card there at the transition centers where they can go ahead and find out about the podcast, listen to it, hear some of the stories of the veterans that come on, and see some of the pitfalls. Hear about, some of the achievements and the way they did it. Some of the, the college experiences. We're going to talk about all that stuff as the podcast really starts to pick up steam, folks. So if you've got insight into these things, come forward, okay? All right, I got off track there. So let me get back on it here. So we're talking about the Saga Outline. So you get all through that, all right? Safety brief item, whatever you would give for a weekend safety brief, all right? Whatever that is. I know we don't do that stuff anymore, but I like doing it. So it's there. If you don't have one, it's not a big deal. We'll keep rocking and rolling. Now, here's the thing. Once you get this done, bullet format, all right? Bullet format, email it back to HOV podcast7, that's the number 7, at gmail.com. Now, once you do that, I'm going to reach out to you and be like, hey, when can you get together? When can we get together on video and go over your outline? Now, the reason we do it on video are for 2 reasons. One, I may not know the veteran, so it gives me a chance to kind of figure out kind of how they talk, what their mannerisms are, because that's the way they're going to speak. And they get a chance to learn mine, and so we don't step on each other as we're going through the episode. Now, there is a little bit of delay sometimes, depending on what time of the day, or if my service sucks, because I think that's really what it is. It's mine and not somebody else's. But sometimes those things happen. But when it does, we cut off the video, we go straight to voice, and it usually works out pretty good. But that's the thing. We go through the outline, and as we're going through, I'm asking questions. Hey, what is that? What'd that feel like? What happened the next day? What led up to that? I'm asking these questions because there's a lot of the listeners that are asking these questions. So I ask them. So once we go through that, since the outline is done in bullet format, you have a chance to go on and make some notes. And so do I. I go on and ask questions. And we have that with us when we do the recording. Now, once we finish that, and the veteran's like, hey, I think I'm good to go. I'm going to take a couple of days and kind of go over these notes, maybe work on some of these transitions that we talked about, and I'll be ready to go. All right, so what day, what time? And they let me know. And we set that time, set the date. It doesn't really matter. I don't have a job, so this is all I do. I go to school and I podcast, okay? So give a holler, and we set it up, and we record it. Now, the very first time that we're going through the outline, nothing's being recorded. No video, no audio, okay? Now, when it comes time, the day that we record, there is no video being recorded, only audio. The video is present, once again, for the transition, so it's nice and smooth. But other than that, it's just audio. Now, the veteran, I will always send a link to the veteran so they can listen to it prior to. As I'm going through the process of post-production, if the veteran has a problem with it, I tell them, hey, if you got a problem with this, let me know. I'm going to send you a link so you can listen to it. If you don't like it, we'll do it again. Okay? Once again, I want to make sure that every veteran that comes on the show is well represented. So we do a good pre-interview. We talk through that. We go through the outline. We make sure it has a beginning and an end. We make sure it stays on glide. And from there, we ask compelling questions as best we can within the scope of the topic. And the veteran has a great show. Okay? That's how it works, folks. That's how the Friday episode, all right, that's how it works. You're going to be on the show for a maximum of an hour and 45 minutes. That's going to be roughly an hour and a half of you telling about your military experience. There's going to be about 10 minutes up in the front, just veteran business, and then some kind of some chit chat with the guest, and then we start in. So you're running about an hour and 30 minutes of just on your own talking about your story. Now, if you go shorter than that, don't worry about it. It's not a problem. We've had veterans that come on for 50 minutes, and they still had excellent episodes. All right, Brent Marino's was an amazing episode. It didn't go over an hour. He didn't need to. So you don't have to go that long. And you don't have to come on and tell your saga. You don't have to tell your military story. If you don't want to, you don't have to. If you think that you've got something more important than your military experience, your transition, and your lessons learned, then all you need to do is email me. Email at HOVpodcast7, that's the number 7, at gmail.com. If you got a business that you want to promote, a veteran-owned business, an organization, all you have to do is just reach out. We'll bring you on. Once again, we'll do the same thing. We'll do video first, and we'll talk it. Give me any kind of information you got about your business or your organization so I can get smart on it. I'll make up my own questions over here. I'll ask them to you during our pre-interview, and then we'll set a date to do the recording, just like that. And we'll go right through it. Now, this is the nice thing about it. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. So if you come on, you get a free resource. And here's the other thing you get. You get the actual podcast. You can share it on your own social media and spread your message to even more people. Now, we do have the ability, and it's half-ass, I ain't gonna lie to you, to make you some clips, some nice bites out of the podcast itself. We can do that. My suggestion would be find somebody that's better, but we can do that for you, okay? We are here for veterans. If that's not abundantly clear, then you need to call me. You need to call me. You need to email me something so we can talk, okay? This thing is all for veterans. Every last bit of it. We're working on a lot of things for veterans, okay? The other thing we got are hobbies. If you got some hobbies out there that you're doing that you want to share with other people, or you think that other veterans would be interested in, or you just want to start a group of people, of veterans that are into this hobby, and you want to bring attention to it so that they'll go to your Facebook page and you guys can get together and go to Disneyland together. I don't know. Then come on the show, okay? I keep telling this story, and it hasn't happened, about a veteran that has 2 sons, and he comes across a hobby of Pinewood Derby. And the veteran and his sons, they build these cars, and they go out there over weekends and weekends, and they build a little track, and they race these cars, and they go to the competition, and the boys do great, and he's super excited, and he comes on the show, and he talks about it. I'm waiting for a veteran to come on and blow us away with the kind of stuff they're doing with their families and their kids. I'm waiting for it. If it doesn't happen, I'm gonna find somebody, and I'm gonna make them do it. All right. There's a lot of great stories out there. There's a lot of great hobbies, a lot of great fathers and mothers out there that are veterans, that are really their mom and dad and to the max. Come on the show. We want to hear about you. All right. Hey, the other thing we got, and this is the other big one, are veteran topics. Okay. These veteran topics are not limited to just combat focused. We do a lot of combat focused. We're getting ready to do another episode. It's going to be next week with Ted Doc Snyder. We're going to be talking about TBIs. He is he is vested in that. He is very intimate and passionate about it. So he's going to be coming on, and that is a SME, folks. He's a PA. He's a subject matter expert, and he's plugged into the system. He's going to come on. He's going to talk to us about what we got going on out there. All right. If you remember Patrick Lisbon, he came on. That episode, just like Ted's, started off with just a conversation amongst friends, just talking, seeing how things are going. And Patrick came up with the idea of doing combat bonds that are made within the military. And that was an amazing episode. And, Patrick, once again, thanks for coming on with me. And I look forward to doing it again. There's a lot of great stuff out there, a lot of great ideas. There's another Doc Pylant. He's going to be coming on and talking about alcohol abuse. He's getting ready to start his master's in sociology. He's going to come on and talk to us, so we're going to have a very good conversation. And I highly encourage everybody to listen to that episode also. We got a lot of great things going on with the show. There's a lot of great veterans that are coming forward that are being a part of the show. This is a veterans podcast. It belongs to the veterans. If you got something, if we got days in the week and hours in the day, we'll get you on the show. I guarantee it, folks. I can't keep an episode in my pocket. As much as I want to can a show, I can't. I'll put it out on a Sunday at 1 o'clock. I don't care. We'll make a way to get it on. All right. We will do it. The last thing I've got is this. I've been working on some really, 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 I'm telling you folks, weak sauce comedy skits for the show. They're weak sauce. All I got is a sergeant major that gets a phone call from a private. I'm not going to tell you any more than that. And the other one are the two specialist supply company. These are two specialists that got out of the Army, out of the military, and started up their own business of just supplying people with company stuff. And you can imagine what that means. So I'm looking for people that can do better than that. If you got comedy in you, if you want to come on and practice your comedy skit for a show you're getting ready to do, if you want to come on and just ham it up, I want veterans to be famous. And if you can get found on this show, and somebody call you and say, hey, we'd like you to come out here and do a little comedy, hey, we're all for it. Come on the show, and we'll do whatever. This is a veteran show. You do it, all right? Like I said, we're here for veterans because that's what we do. Everybody, hey, it's been amazing. I'm at 20 minutes right now. I don't need to stay here much longer. Y'all don't like listening to me, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave you with this here. Have an amazing week. Go out there and attack it. Repurpose some of that crazy energy you got. When you feel anxious, identify it and refocus that energy into something that's productive for your day, something that's productive for your week. All right. We're going to have an amazing episode for you on this Wednesday. Okay, or this Friday, it's going to be an amazing episode. We got a veteran that's going to come on, and he is also the executive director of a great equestrian therapy ranch, and we're going to be bringing him on for that too. Restoration Ranch. We're going to do an episode for them. We're going to be working with them also. So, folks, hey, listen to this episode again if you have to. It's only 23 minutes long. Get the information you need. If you can't feel the energy that's going on with the podcast from the veterans that have been on it, well, you're missing the point. So, hey, love everybody. Blessings. Stay safe. Get after it. And, hey, we'll catch you on Wednesday. Part of a volunteer, copyright 2000.